What does the Lord's Day mean to Christians? Some people see the Lord's Day as a day you meet the qualification as a believer by attending service. Some people see the Lord's Day as a day you devote yourself to the church's work and gain God's recognition. These ideas come from a misunderstanding of the purpose of keeping the Lord's Day. The Lord's Day is when you remember the grace of Jesus Christ and thank and glorify God. The saints voluntarily gather at one place for this. God sanctifies those who gather with such pure determination, gives them peace, and commands blessings on them. In the Old Testament, God commanded the Sabbath to the people of Israel. God hoped they would yearn for perfect rest while they remembered the Lord of creation and salvation. And when the one who gives the true rest came, he wished that they would accept him and reach eternal rest by his guidance. However, the people of Israel could not understand God's will, who commanded the Sabbath, and only obsessed about the rule of not working on the Sabbath. The result was that when the Lord of the Sabbath appeared, instead of accepting him, they condemned and crucified him. But Jesus Christ, who is the Lord of the Sabbath, resurrected, ascended to heaven, and confirmed the eternal rest he would give those who believed in him. Those who were promised this rest gathered at one place on the first day after the Sabbath. They gave thanks for this grace, glorified God, and prepared the rest that would come on them. This was the start of the Lord's Day. Some may have the idea of coming to church on the Lord's Day to gain something, and some may have the idea of making themselves righteous through a responsible life at church. But all worship, deeds, and thoughts on the Lord's Day should be focused on pleasing, praising, and glorifying the Lord. The whole church should become one through hope in the eternal rest. Unlike God's original intent for commanding the Sabbath, when the Sabbath was given to Israel, it was not a rest, but a heavy burden. You could not do laundry, you could not move furniture, you could not light or blow out a candle, and you could not take a bath on this day. These rules continued to be made. They groaned in oppression due to all sorts of man-made rules. Jesus said to them, "Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." This is true. When God commanded the Sabbath, he did not want to give us some rule or formality, but his compassion and rest. The Lord of the Sabbath is Jesus Christ. He who enacted the Sabbath already pointed out its negative effects which belong to the Old Covenant. He promised us perfect rest through his death and resurrection. So let's now keep the Lord's Day with all our hearts by the greatest love, which is not a law. Let's give thanks for the Lord's grace, who gave eternal rest, and prepare for the eternal rest we will enjoy in heaven.